Okay, this is how to straighten the base on our stand. You notice this stand has the base is crooked right now. So what I'm going to do first is take out the 3 screws that are in the bottom. Now, this stand doesn't have glue, but all the other stands usually have glue gluing the base to the hinge. So if your base doesn't come off immediately, one thing you can do is, while holding the stand by the hinge, like this, you can use your fist and give sort of a bump to the base to knock it away from the hinge. That should be enough to release the glue. We usually only use a small dot in the middle. So once it's released, you can reattach the base. We do recommend putting a little bit of wood glue or Elmer's glue sort of in the middle of the triangle of the 3 holes. Just a small dot will be good enough to prevent it from moving over time. So once the glue is on the base, or you can put it here too, line the holes back up. Let's see. And then you're going to want to screw the 3 screws in. And what we usually do is screw in the outer 2 screws about 80%, and the center screw, which will act as a pivot, all the way. And we torque it in, kind of about hand tight. It doesn't need to be overly tightened so it doesn't strip out the wood. And by leaving these 2 out, the base can actually move a little bit. So then what we'll usually do is visually line up the edge of the base with the edge of the iPad frame. And once it looks straight, then you can very carefully tighten the other 2 screws. And then torque them down. And double check the alignment. But the holes that the screws go through in the base are a little larger than the screw themselves, which allows for some of that wiggle room. And then you should be done. We generally like to allow it to dry for a few hours before using it. So if you can, maybe do it in the evening, and then it'll be ready in the morning.